Hi, good morning. I'm Chap Clark, and don't you love the mornings? I'm sitting out here on my front porch a few blocks from the church, and it's so great just to be able to take some time to take a deep breath and reflect on who He is and what He's given to us. And for us today, one of my very favorite people in Scripture is a man we first meet him. His name's Simon. He later becomes the Apostle Peter. But this is a guy that, boy, the Lord allows us to see a little window into his life. He is so passionate. He's kind of out there. You could describe him as someone with never having an unexpressed thought. Peter is just right there. And one of his greatest qualities is he's incredibly honest. He's honest with who he is. He's honest with what he feels. He may fail, but he comes back, roaring back with this great passion and love for not only God, but for life itself. And so I love Peter. We first meet him in Luke 5, verses 4 and 5. He's a fisherman. He's there. They haven't caught anything all night. He's exhausted. Jesus is in his boat because the crowd got so big. Jesus wanted to teach. So he got in the boat and Simon led him. And so Simon's listening to the teacher do his thing as Simon is cleaning his nets from his really discouraging experience. And then in verse 4, the scriptures tell us, Luke 5, when Jesus had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep water and let down those nets for a catch." Simon answered, "Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything." Stop there. Do you see the pause? We know fishing. You know God. We've been out there giving it our best shot, but somehow you are stepping into my world, and I'm pretty frustrated right now. I'm not doing so good. I'm tired. I love what you're saying, but you're telling me to go back out into that world that I know so well, and yet I failed at. And Jesus waits, certainly. Finally, Peter says, "But because you say so." I love that. Do you see that? Because it's you, Jesus. Because I don't know you well, but I just listened to you talk and I see your eyes. There's something about you that's more different than anything I'd ever seen in another human being. You've got an authority. You've got a passion. You've got a love. You've got a depth. And so because you say so, I will go out and fish again. What I love about this is they go out and of course, yes, you know the story. They caught a whole bunch of fish, more than probably Peter's ever caught in his life, and they pull him in. And his immediate reaction was not just to get psyched about the fish, but to get on his knees and say, "Get away from me, Jesus. This is too much power. This is too crazy. You're turning my world upside down. Get away from me. I'm a sinful man. I'm self-centered. I've got my way of doing things. You don't want to be anywhere near me." I love that, because I feel that way sometimes. And Jesus said in verse 11, "Don't be afraid. From now on, you got a new vocation, to fish for people." In verse 11 of Luke 5, so they pulled up their boats on the shore, left everything, and followed him. That's why we do these morning moments. That's why we are part of a church that is so powerfully on the move now. We are not a church that is shut down or closing down. We are a church that is for a season deployed. Even this week, our VBS is starting. And we've got so many people involved, volunteers and parents and kids, even with the crisis of COVID raging around us. We are involved in serving others and helping those in need, and loving and leading our kids and families, and being involved with our high school and young adult folks, and having Bible studies and teaching. At the very center of it all is this one who has come into your boat. The Master, Peter calls him. And you know, when we go through our days, when we don't stop, when we don't listen, when we don't take a deep breath, it's easy for us to to maybe even argue with. Lord, where are you in the midst of all this? I know what I'm doing, and you're the teacher, as if these are two diametrically opposed worlds. But Jesus has entered our world, and he's entered your world and mine. And he says, I got something new for you, even today. What are you going to say? I want to join Peter because you said so, Lord. What's he saying to you? What is his gift to you today? I just want to go where he leads me. And Luke 5:11, like Simon and the other fishermen became his disciples, they left everything and followed him. That's his call to us today.